Welcome to Queen Plus Queen, a series where we spotlight holistic practitioners. We are so happy to revitalize this series starting with Riva. Riva is the owner of Shea Sage and Salt, an apothecary in Cedar Hill, where she specializes as a sea moss practitioner and astrologer. Riva has one of the most amazing healing modalities that I've ever seen. Her healing AI bed can be programmed for so many energy healing rituals.
This is the shopping area, and right here is our Heal and Chill Lounge. And this is where people come to rest when they need to rest. And this is where classes take place for those who need to come in and just rest for a moment, get away from the noise, whether it be a group setting or a one-on-one setting, astrology session on them, or just a talking piece. That's usually what happens in here, or it's just a chill spot. And we honor our Scorpio shaman here, Shahil. When I'm teaching, he's present. He taught me a lot, and he will show himself when I'm teaching his work. He will, I might get a cool breeze or something like that, one of them situations. So this is my favorite room of the whole building. If I need to unpack somebody's chart, or if I have to go to a really intricate level, doing an energy healing session on the bed. If I am giving someone a reading, we're sitting over there. Sometimes loved ones want to join. So I'm Riva, and I am the owner of Shea Sage and Salt. That is the name of the front of the building. So it can be confusing, so I'm going to break it down. The front of the building where the cells are is Shea Sage and Salt. That's the product cells with the sea moss. And then in the back part of the room is Revelations. Okay, this is where we do the healing here. This is our AI bed in harmony. The cool thing about this bed is that it does energy healing and Reiki and sound healing and frequency all in one, and it eliminates the human error or the transfer of negative energy when the practitioner, me or anyone else, is compromised. We don't want to transfer anything negative to the client. So they lay here, and I turn the bed on and walk out. And like I said, if I need to do some heavyweight work on them, then I'll pull out a lot of my tools out here. And this is something that a lot of times people overlook, or it may not have hit them, is that in the traditional church, it will be considered an exorcism. Okay, that's heavy. That is heavy. But sometimes that happens when there's a lot of low vibe, what we call in the spiritual community or in the church community, demonic activity. So that gets removed here and lifted away and sent down to the light. I like this part over here because we've got our ancestors over here. Black Panther, I love Black Panther. And this is where I used to, this is a photo where I used to teach in Grand Prairie as a preschool teacher. So this is just a skeleton of a typical astrology chart. And then this is what someone else's chart may look like. So if I have to unpack someone's chart in a detailed manner, I'll bring them over here. Okay. And then it's just a reminder, it doesn't matter what's been written in your story so far, it's how you fill out the rest of the pages that counts.
My first time. I need to get you some gold, because if it's gonna be your first time, this right here is easy. Okay. Beginners. Okay. This is intermediate, this is advanced. Okay. So this is a teenager learning how to drive. This is a teenager that can drive a Dodge Charger. This is a Corvette. Okay. Yes.
Let's talk misconceptions, deconstructing, and healing work.
Queen plus queen.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks for talking to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm Isha. I've created a Holistic Practitioner Institute. And so the goal of this channel is to introduce people to practitioners in my area and introduce the life in life and mind of practitioners. I think a lot of things are misunderstood.
Yes.
I think some things are understood through the lens of curiosity, but I think it's great to hear it straight from the source.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, especially the misunderstanding part.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people, I guess I can go into that.
Yeah.
What is a holistic practitioner? So holistic, I see that as a 360, a full scope of where someone is dealing with it, what I like to call it, and how you can actively resolve it through more than one layer, because a lot of times people think, okay, I can take this one herb, or I can do this one thing and all of my problems are going to go away. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pay this person, for this. And I can give you an example of that. So I remember when I first started selling crystals, and the lady came in and said, she was dealing with some things. And I had a clear quartz crystal bowl. I said, okay, just, wear this. And we talked about the steps needed. And she came back probably like a month later and said, nothing has changed. My life is still, and I'm like, I need you to understand that buying a crystal that costs $5, $10, $20 is not going to fix a lifetime of your habits and patterns that have hindered you. It's not.
That's good.
I can reduce it to just a rock. Okay, this is a rock. Okay, and it doesn't cost that much, and it's not gonna just magically fix your problem. So that's what a lot of people fall short.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So layering the modalities or the herbs or whatever it is that you do, or me, or any practitioner. And if we don't have the answers, we usually have a network of people who can that we trust. Good. Yeah.
Refer out.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What makes what you do different than what you most commonly see with new practitioners?
That's a good question. So if there's anyone who studies astrology, right, that's something that's trending now. A lot of people are finding themselves to understand their zodiac sign synonymous with sun sign. All right. So I am an Aquarius rising.
Okay.
All right. So Aquarius rising or Aquarius is miles ahead of people.
Okay.
Okay. Aquarius speaks to the future. Aquarius speaks to technology. And by me being an Aquarius rising, a lot of times when I'm doing something, it's 5 or 10 years ahead of what's happening now. Mm. And it can make people, do one of these like, what? Like, huh? So that's what makes me different, is that a lot of times I'm paving my own lane versus coming into a lane that's already open. Mm-hmm.
Do you see it as a gift or do you see it as a challenge?
Both.
Okay.
That's a good question. Both. I love the gift because it is unique, but the challenge comes with those who already have a fixed mindset of what it is based on what they have experienced.
Okay.
And they'll put that on me. So here's an example of that by me having CMOS. A lot of times people will come in and I'll automatically see their eyes doing this, their head doing this. And I know they're looking for a refrigerator.
Okay.
They're like, where's the CMOS? And I'm like, it's right here. That's not CMOS. Yes, it is. It's just not blended. Well, what flavors do you have? I don't do flavors. I do herbs. Huh? Well, I'm like, stay with me. Yeah. Let me teach you what CMOS really is and what isn't.
Okay.
Because flavors is a new thing, and
colors.
And colors, yeah, that's something. And people are like, what? sea moss is only gold. No, sea moss comes in different colors. So I'll have to train. I'll have to deconstruct. Then I'll have to train up. And that process can sometimes be a challenge for those who know.
Yeah.
They just know. Okay. And then with my bed in the back, that right there is like, it is no way in the world a bed can do a sound therapy. Yes, it can. Yeah.
That's impressive. What would you want new practitioners to know?
You can always learn.
Okay.
You can always learn. New practitioners. Now, I'm going to say this, yes, because I am an astrologer.
Okay.
But the reason why I want to emphasize knowing your assignment is because you can easily hop into a lane because such and such did it. Such and such excelled in it. Such and such made money from it. So I want to do that. And they may struggle in that lane because that's not your purpose.
Okay.
You know? So
how do people figure out their lane?
Have an astrology session.
Okay.
That's one way. Yes, that's my way, but that's one way.
Okay.
If you sit with yourself long enough, you'll find your own way regardless. It might take longer.
Okay.
But an astrology session is basically your birth certificate from heaven.
Okay.
It's your birth certificate. So it's just like your DNA on your fingers or your fingerprint. Yours is different from everybody else's.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So to know what your assignment is, then you're in the lane that's yours. You're not competing for traffic in lane 4 or 5. You're in lane 1, and lane 1 is wide open.
Okay. And having a practitioner business or as your career, what would be your tip or guiding tips?
Be willing to get underneath somebody who's been there and done that.
Ooh, okay.
And be open to them criticizing positively in an area that will excel your growth.
That's good.
Be willing to listen to how many times they flunked and failed. Remove the ego.
Yes.
Whether it be a high ego or low ego.
That's good. Like how you said that. I think people get a little sensitive when it comes to their spiritual gifts and kind of make an assumption that, there's a lot of ease. And there is ease when you're functioning in your lane, but there's also very realistic things that have to be considered when you're a practitioner. And ethically as well. I think there is even more accountability.
That's a big word, ethically. And so when I was new, other practitioners knew that I was new, and they knew that I was misguided. They knew I didn't know.
Okay.
There were some practitioners that held my hand. There were some who saw an opportunity to gain, saw an opportunity to pick apart and demonize and criticize in such a negative way. I hate that. Yeah. It'll never stop. No matter what the institution is, it'll never stop. There will always be somebody who's arrogant and think they know everything. And you can't teach them nothing. Yep. You can't teach them nothing because they know it all.
Yep.
So I'm grateful for my instructors and my teachers who saw that I was vulnerable, and they did not take advantage of that vulnerability. They actually said, "Here, let me reach up and grab my sister, teach you, and send you on your way."
I love that.
Yeah.
That sounds divine.
And to this day, I respect them. Those who took advantage, I do not respect them.
I'm with you.
And there is no respect behind me saying that.
Yeah.
Because once I look back and I saw, I see what you did. I see how you did it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've learned, or greatest thing, or most expansive thing you've learned about yourself on this journey?
Whoa.
Biggest, greatest, most expansive.
That's a good one. Who I am.
Okay.
Really, like literally, as simple as that sounds, who I am, based on what God sent me down here to do. And no matter who says what, I am still covered by the grace of God.
100%.
Covered. Yeah. That even if I fail, I'm going to still succeed because there's a lesson in the failure. That was a good question.
Yeah. Thank you. What are some misconceptions that you see about holistic practitioner work?
That the practitioner can fix you quick. The practitioner can fix you cheap.
Say that again.
The practitioner can teach you cheap. You know what I mean? Like, so many times I'll tell them the price of whatever it is. For real? Oh, such and such. Oh, I can go online. Okay, well, you go there. You go there. This is the price. And a lot of times it's not even the price.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's more than the price. Yeah. You know, but hey. I let them have their way. There you go. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I have a network of people. Yeah. You can reach out to these people or go find your way. You know, if I'm the practitioner for you, you're going to come back. If not, no big deal. I'm not going to take it personal. Yeah,
that's good. The body is a system. So I think people forget that it takes time. Like even with, therapy, I see on both sides people come to therapy and they're like, tell me what to do next. And I'm like, that's a liability. I can't tell you what to do.
Yes. Yeah.
But I can help you uncover what you want to do next and kind of support you in that. And I think with practitioner work that's how the herbs are. Like herbs, modalities. Yeah. This is what I want to do. And then it supports.
Yeah. I do notice that that's a big misconception is that they expect a turnaround within a couple of hours or a couple of days. Yeah. And then they want to, this is a good one. Shahil, my brother that's sitting right there on that altar, he said something so profound and it sticks with me to this day, that they can pay for one session and they feel as though they have you for life.
Yes.
That they can call and text whenever they want and fire off a million questions and you're supposed to answer it because they paid you a week ago.
That's so good. So boundaries for practitioners, I see across the board is something that a lot of us struggle with because our hearts are big. And because the work is more purpose and calling driven, sometimes assigning a price I know for me, it can feel like I've cheapened the work as opposed to amplified the work. So I'm like, always. Yeah,
I've done that before. And sometimes I still do it. That's the empathetic side of us.
Yep. It's huge. It will take over sometimes. I see practitioners who want a career and then they're normally the hold up, but don't realize it in that way.
Yeah. And I know some practitioners that charge an obscene amount because they're just money hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just money hungry. They have the gift, but if they see an opportunity to price gouge, I know some practitioners that have done it and will do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that puts a dark light on those who are really authentic. You know, so
that's good.
Yeah.
Any last things you wanted to include? Y'all may have.
Other than the fact that every practitioner is not for everyone.
That's good.
You know, you have your extroverted practitioners, your practitioners that are multifaceted, those who can vibe with you on a high speed level. Then you got some that's slow motion. Find out the main vibe of that person. Are we dealing with an extrovert or are we dealing with an introvert? Find that out about that person if you want to work with that practitioner, because your session, whatever the session is going to go smoother, and you won't walk away as a client disappointed because, like you said, you were Sag rising. A lot of times when you're dealing with clients that's all fire and all air, and they don't have hardly any water in their chart, they're hyper. And then they get mad at me because I'm not as hyper as they are. So find a hyper practitioner. It's nothing personal. I can't sugarcoat that. Find you somebody that's going to talk 1,000 miles per hour with you, and you're going to feel comfortable.
That is so good. Okay, on a personal note, I do not share publicly how great I am with my tarot cards. I am terrified. I am terrified.
Okay, we must be kindred spirits from another life. I posted about my cards one time.
Yeah,
oh
same.
my God. Why did I do that?
People came for me. I got invited to coffee meetings. I got invited to, hey, my sister, why you doing that? It just came. And so I'm like,
yeah.
So I'm just supposed to suppress it? Like, I don't.
No, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a conversation that I have with people behind closed doors all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So here I am, born and raised Baptist Christian. I am born and raised Baptist Christian. Everyone knows who my family is. I still attend church to this day. But here is the rationale for me. Okay. If it takes me to pull out those cards to pull somebody out of sadness, I don't care what nobody says. A lot of times people come in here and they are a mess. And I'm not going to have them walking out of here a mess, because I'm like, oh, sister such and such, oh, brother such and such is going to condemn me to hell because I'm pulling out a deck of cards. You know what I mean? I get a lot of suicidal people that come in here.
I'm telling you.
Okay? I had one come in here Saturday.
Yeah.
And there's no way in hell I'm going to turn somebody away because I'm worried about Deacon such and such and what he's going to say.
Good.
I know what those cards did for me when I was suicidal.
Yeah.
And I'm heavy on that because, yes, I was suicidal, and that's no secret. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Once I went through the worst parts of my spiritual awakening, and those cards pulled me out. There was therapy for me behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And that's what the Christian community, that's tough to talk about.
Yeah, it is.
But it's hard for the Christian community to swallow their bully tactics.
Yes. I definitely felt bullied. I'm like, this is so overwhelming.
Yeah. I notice across the board that they're quick to get into somebody's comment section and start casting out, and I bind and I cast and I bind and I cast.
Yeah. Like, you gonna put spells on me? I didn't put no spells on you.
Like, I didn't come for you. I didn't come for you.
Yep. I love my cards. I keep a deck in my car. I keep a deck on my coffee table. My clients who love cards as a part of their spiritual journey, they're like, can you verify it? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
It flows very naturally. And again, I didn't expect. I was somewhere, I don't know, and I know I was at Half Price Books one time, and I heard, go down this aisle, look down, pick it up, and I picked it up, and I'm like, what is this? And it was a pendulum in there, and the lady told me they didn't have anything like that in the store. It was the only thing that was in there. It was like $6. Wow. And then with the decks, I had a friend who did just like a little play. I won't say play, but just like a quick little relationship reading a couple years ago. and I heard get that deck, and I'm like, me get it?
Yeah.
What am I doing with it?
Yeah.
And just how the messages just flow, and mine are just verifications and emotional landscape.
I like that.
So I could just get people's actual emotions,
Yeah.
what they're experiencing in real time, and I just kind of speak to it, and then they respond back, and then it's more of a dialogue.
Yeah.
And I just find it very healing and very I don't know, like I feel very safe with my cards.
Yeah.
And I asked for so I've always dreamed in the future. I loved how you said Aquarius.
Oh, yes, the futuristic. Yeah.
I've always dreamed in the future, but sometimes I cannot lay down and get a message. Like I can't say, "Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me go to sleep."
Yeah.
And I'll have your message for you.
Yeah.
And so I asked. I was like, I need a way to be able to connect in real time. And answer came very quickly.
The cards.
Pendulum cards. Pendulum is cool. I get some simple yes or no's, but the cards, I mean, they'll just pop out like in order, and I'm like, whoa, look at that. Sometimes it's in reverse order. Yeah. It's just really cool. But I've gotten pushback from the Christian community. My mom's a pastor. Still actively to this day. Wow. My dad's a minister of music. And even my mom, like I put my cards out one time. She had asked the question, and I didn't even think about it. Yeah. I just had them on me. I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, let me verify. And she went in a little tizzy, and I paused, and I asked her, like, who do you think I'm talking to?
That's heavy.
Yep.
Because the narrative across the board, I don't care who you are, I don't care what, demons. Yep. It's always, they see the demonic or demon. That's the first word that hurl out. Yep. And I say to myself, there are virtues that we all live by. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when they lead with the virtue, not the virtue, but when they lead with wrath, okay, I'm like, you're judging me, but I have not said one thing to you. I did not open that door. Yep. Okay, I did not open that door. But what I have learned is those who don't struggle in life, those whose finances are steady, relationship is steady, job is steady, they don't find it to be useful. Oh. And I understand, because you're not failing in life. Life is smooth for you.
That's good.
So they're like, why? Why do people get this? And I'm like, it's because maybe job would have went out. Maybe, husband is cheating. Maybe wife is cheating. Maybe money is all over the place.
They lost themselves.
They lost themselves. You know what I mean? And the doctor can't give them a pill to fix it, because it's a spiritual thing, not an earthly thing. Good. So I come from a very Christian family. I still practice a lot of Christian values. No, I'm not in the main society of the spiritual people. I'm not big on Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I mean, it's respect to the Buddhist. Sorry if that comes out wrong, but I'm not like 16 crystals across my neck. And you know what I mean?
So, we're very similar.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't define me as a spiritualist, but I do know this. In the spiritual community, there's language in the spiritual community, and there's language in the church, and depending on the clothing and the building that you're in, it's the same gift.
Yes. I was called a prophet in the church.
Yes.
I was actually in training to be a prophet, and I could operate as a prophet in the church that I grew up in. My mom actually helped me hone in on my spiritual gift. She used to have dream classes.
Wow.
And I don't want to say prophet school, but like the Harry Potter prophet school. Like basically, my mom ran that. And so just to see some of the differences now, and she'll kind of take the things I say, and then she'll go, what she does is she'll go and find a scripture or a story to kind of help her understand it. Like when I started with my sound bowls, and I told her, I was like, well, this is sound healing. At first it was like, I don't know about that. And then she came back and she was like, well, David used his heart to help Saul. And I said, exactly. So she'll go and find something to kind of help her make sense of it all. But it would be very liberating for me to be able to use my cards openly as I share all of the other holistic modalities that I use. I'm working on it.
But you know what? My dad was very instrumental because I was afraid to pull my sound bowl out.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad would always say, "Is that not your instrument?"
Yeah.
When we go into the church, what instruments are in that church?
Yeah,
and I'll call it out. Okay. So he's like, okay, so that's your instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always tell me, "Reva, are you doing something demonic?" "No, Dad."
Yeah.
It's just so. And then he would, my dad is real good.
Yeah.
He's real good. So he would say, "Is your name Sarah?" "No, my name is not Sarah." "What is your name?" "Reva." "So why are you responding to people that's calling you a different name if that's not your name?"
Oh, that's good.
And so I had to, because that's the first thing. And I know I'm stepping on some toes, but this conversation needs to be had. That I literally have screenshots in my phone from when I would post certain things, and someone of the Christian community will get right in my comment section and start casting and binding. I bind you and I cast you. And I'm like, I don't even get in your comment section. You don't even know what you're casting and binding.
You don't. Take them spells over there.
You don't even know what you're casting out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I understand why, because you do have people in the spiritual community that is doing demonic stuff.
Yeah.
And we're not all grouped together.
That's good. That's good. We are not all grouped
We are
together.
not all grouped together.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got the classic case of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
The Wiz, whichever one.
Mm-hmm.
You got the evil one doing bad stuff, and you got the good one doing good stuff. Which one,
Yeah, which side you fall on? That's good.
We're not all, because I know some who's doing some bad stuff.
Yeah, on purpose.
Okay, and I have been formally trained to literally cast out and remove in a very formal way. So watch who you put in the category of the negative, because I ain't the negative.
Yeah.
Your discernment will be able to tell you if this person is negative. And if your discernment is off, that is a you thing, not a me thing.
That's good. That's good.
So I stand on it.
Okay.
I stand on it. I am not the Damon from,
Yeah. We're so disconnected from our original lands as well. I think that's a part of it as well. And we have a lot of colonial scripts that a lot of African Americans don't even know are colonized colonial scripts.
Yeah. And it's a very sensitive topic, because our elders, they had to fight their way through certain things. Mm-hmm. We have to fight our way through certain things. And there are some elders that are open-minded. There are some that are closed-minded. And I understand, because I've been on both sides. Yeah. But like I said, when it comes to those, and I'm using that specific word of suicidal, and I'm not using that lightly. I'm using that realistically, because that's what I get in here all the time, and I don't post that stuff. That's personal, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I get people in here all the time that are suicidal, and I can't have that spiritual blood on my hands turning them away, because somebody is going to say something. Somebody that ain't even in here, somebody who ain't paying the bills around here, somebody who ain't giving me no real spiritual advice. Yeah. I can't lead off of what they think.
That's good.
I got to do what God told me to do.
Yeah.
So, hey.
That's it.
If I shall be casted out of the community, then trust and believe I'm not going to be casted out of God's community, because I'm doing what God told me to do. So,
thank you. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Wow. Okay, look, we got a confirmation. Okay.